How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now today we're going to be backtesting live a whole month of my trading strategy, so you guys can see what I look at, how I trade, and just sort of learn a bit more about my trading style. And hopefully we'll get some good results at the end that we'll be able to talk through and go through. So if you like this style of video, don't forget to leave a like on the video, and we're going to jump onto the charts now and just trade a whole month with my strategy, fairly uncut edit, and hopefully you find it useful and you can kind of see a bit more as to how I trade. So let's get onto the charts. Okay, so as you can see, we are starting here on G on the 15-minute, of course, and we are going to be backtesting an entire month. So we're starting at the start of Feb and we will go to the middle of March. This was back in 2022. Now I've kind of backtested all these years, but I feel like I haven't done this for a while, so it will be good just to test. So let's start playing it through. This is the first London session and we are going to see what opportunities we get given. So we're into London now. This is the London high here, so we're only looking at London structure, and we've broken out of the London high. So if we come back down into this area here, we will look to buy, maybe somewhere like here. So let's just see if we get that, and we don't. It carries on going up until sort of New York session, so we're not going to be looking at anything here. So we're going to go to the next London session, and now hopefully what you'll see is how I really don't take loads of trades in a month, but you can still make profit regardless, and that's kind of what I'm aiming to show here. So this is tricky. Obviously we've had all these lows and highs made, and we have now broken to the downside. So if we get a pullback into this area here, then we're going to look to sell, and we get the candle close up here. So obviously that's not any sort of interest. We only want to look at where the candle closes, which is why I'm not sort of like playing in real time, because if the candle closed in this area here, then we would look to sell, but because the candle closes up here, it's just not something we're looking at. But anyway, let's keep playing price on. And this was obviously news here that's created that big spike, and so we're not going to have any setup for that day. So we go to the next day, next London session, and let's see what structure we make in London. So we keep trending down, no real area to trade off at the moment, and we get a pullback into this area at 11:30. This to me is a good sell. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in a sell here. And as you know, I use 10 pips, 25 pips for take profit to place the order, sell, save, and let's play price on. And this one, unfortunately, stops us out before going to TP, which is very, very annoying, but that is the beauty of trading. So that one is a loss. We did get the direction right, we got the structure right. It's just our entry was a bit premature for when the market wanted to sell off. Nothing we can do about that. So we go to the next London session. Now this is a Monday. Don't normally trade Mondays, but we'll play it forwards just to see if anything sort of happens. And no, we're not going to get set up on Monday. That's why I avoid Mondays. They're really not that good to trade. So next day. We're only a week in so far, and as you can see, we've had one trade, one loss. And let's just keep going and seeing if we get any structure in London that we want to trade off. And we do get a nice sell-off. However, I believe by the time we get back to this area here, it's going to be New York, which it is. And as you can see, that is the 2 p.m. candle. We're not able to take that, so we have to go to the next session. Same again, very, very simple. We're just looking for London structure. This London here pushes out. Can we get a push above? We can. So we're going to get into a long here if we come back down into this area here, we're going to place a buy limit. So place a buy limit. Oh, actually, we need to adjust the take profit and TP. So 10 again, 2.5, just like that. Place order, limit, save. There we go. And let's see. Get tagged in at 11, which is fine. Now we want to see how it reacts to this high. Can it break through it? And we have a test and a fail. If it happens again, we will have to close out. And as you can see, we failed to break the high and it does go to SL. So that is another loss. But the beauty of risk to reward is if we win the next trade, even after 2 losses, we will still be up. So that is fine. So let's go to the next session. And this is kind of what I want to show you, just like a open, honest, full month backtesting, no cuts, so you can really see sort of what trading is like. And we're just going to play price on. Now, obviously, this is a very simplified format of my trading because, you know, I'm not going to show everything, but I do want to show a little bit of how I trade here. And to be honest, you'll kind of be able to work it out roughly how I do it. Save the, oh wait, no, we have to click on it. There we go. Get tagged in. And again, pretty brutal with that news candle there at 1:30. I don't actually know if there's a way to see news on FX Replay. If anyone does know how to see upcoming news on FX Replay, let me know, because I would find that pretty useful. But yeah, unfortunately we get taken out there. So let's go to the next London session. Here we are. And this is the London low here. Let's see what sort of structure we get. So we get push up, push down, and we are going to get into a long position again. 10 pips. And obviously 1 month isn't going to represent, you know, this strategy's profitability, because you can just have losing months, which, you know, happens. And there we go. As you can see, we get our win there, which is nice. So we're now only down 0.5% on the account, and that's sort of the good thing with risk to reward. But yeah, a month isn't going to represent its profitability. You want to do it over multiple years, because you will have losing streaks. That's sort of just a given. But let's keep going to next London session. So London start was here, and we just want to see what structure it makes now. And I don't think, yeah, by the time this gets in, yeah, it's past our trade hours. So we go to the next London session, and it's just about being disciplined like this. So that's our start there. See what structure we get. So we get a break to the downside, and let's see, we get a pull up, which I like, and we've closed in a good area. So we are going to sell here. 10 pips again, 2.5, and place order, save, and let's play price on. And so as you can see, we failed to break the low, and so we probably should have closed out, but we'll leave it playing. And there we go, we get a nice push to the downside. That trade, I think in real time, probably could have been managed better. I probably would have closed, I think, there. But this is the problem with backtesting. Sometimes it's very hard to simulate compared to live results. But you know, you have to expect there will be discrepancies between your backtesting and your real life trading, because again, with this, there's no psychology involved, dealing with all of this and this momentum and these closes and when to close, when not to close. So yeah, I think you always have to expect that with your backtesting. Is your data may be really good, or it may look really good, but you can't always expect that to represent the reality in live markets. You know, it doesn't always work like that. So we're about halfway through the month now, and let's see what we get in today's under session. Probably not much. Yeah, so we're into one now, so this is past our session at 1:30, so we're going to go to the next London session and see what we get. Again, so we've had a push down, created this London low here. Let's see, so we break out of this area here, which was London created, and so what we're looking for is maybe price to come back into this area here, and by the looks of it, we're not going to get that as it gets into the next session. So next session didn't get the pullback we needed, and a lot of my strategy is just structure. You know, that's what you need to look at, and just looking at what London structure does. So when it's like this with lots of wicks, nothing really here is ever going to seem attractive, and again we get into that 1:30 area and we are out. You know, just don't really want to trade that crossover period between London and New York. And you know, normally our strategy gives our setups at around 10:30, that sort of timing here. Nothing really building up here. We do get a nice drop to the downside. We need it to pull up a bit higher, which we don't get. I would have wanted it to come into more of this area, as a lot of you know, like this imbalance zone. We didn't get that, which is fine, but it also obviously does depend how you read imbalance, because if you view this as sort of the candle that fills it, then ultimately it's kind of pretty much filled. However, I don't want to use a wick from that far back. I want to use it in this area here. So the candle I would have used, or the wick I would have used, was from here, but that's fine. So we go to the next under session at this time here, and you always want to wait to see what structure we get from London. We haven't broken the high yet, so we're not interested in buying yet, and that's why we've now pushed down and broken a low. Can we get a pullback? No. Now we break the low again, and we get not quite the retracement we need. Again, it needs to be slightly higher than that, and then we get to 1. So nothing there. Bit of a messy wicky day. We want to see more clean price action to take trades, and as I said, that's why I don't trade loads in a month, because it is just a case of yeah, it's just about taking the right setups. So London's printed this high, and we make the high, push down, fail, and then break and push back in. This isn't really a low, it's kind of just a candle down, a candle up. So if we can break this low like this, then that's a bit more of a good sign. So we need a pullback into the area like so. And what's the time here? We're at 10:45, which is kind of when I said we get our trades. So we're going to get into this trade here, 10 pips, 2.5, place order, sell market, and let's see. And we hit TP, which is nice to see. So that's another 2.5% there. That's quite a textbook setup. You kind of see how I talk about structure, where you know you have the high. This is not really a low because it's just kind of a candle down and a candle up. So what we did is we were patient, waited for a proper push down. Where's the pen? Proper push down like this, create a low, push up, create a proper high that fails to break this high, push down, break again, and that's where we get our entry. So that's a very nice, very simple setup, which we, you know, always do with structure. I'm just gonna have a drink, sorry. My Andrew Tate. Talking for this long is sometimes pretty hard, but anyway, that was within our time. I kind of said 10, 10:30, 11, that sort of period of time is where we get most of our entries. So very, very good setup. Let's go to the next under session, which is all the way down here. And we're going to wait to see London form. So that's the London high there. We haven't really filled anything here. And yeah, it's just going to keep dropping. So what's the time here on 11:30? We can play price on a bit, but don't think I'm really liking anything. And yeah, it's just a straight drop to the downside. So let's see what London wants to do here. Big push down. Want to see it make some structure. Push up above these areas here after we fail to break this. Very risky to buy in these sort of positions, because you know, none of these highs have made any lows, so they're kind of just consolidation. And a lot of people would look at this as sell liquidity, that, you know, we might want to dive into to take the money before maybe pushing price up to fill this area. So not really a fan of getting into this one, but we will see. So we fill this area and we get to 1 o'clock. So nothing really there for us, and we go to the next session. Now this is a Monday here, so again, wouldn't trade it, and it will probably most likely come and fill, you know, the gap up here, but we're just not really interested in this. And as you can see, it does fill the gap. That kind of oh, my camera's messed up, 1 sec. There we go. Don't know how long that's been like that, but hopefully it's okay. But anyway, yeah, came and filled that, kind of expected it, so that's fine. I'm going to move on to the next day, next London session. Here we are. So 7:45 again. Now this is the 1st of March now, so we're basically there on the day, but let's play price forward, see if we get anything. We do get pushed down, so if we can come back into this area, then we will look to sell. And we do, but it doesn't close kind of where we needed to. We'll see if we get another test. So what we'll do is we'll set a sell limit like this, because it can retest back into the same place. So we set a sell limit, see if we get another test back in. We do, and we go to TP. So perfect, nice little entry to finish the day, like so. What time was that we got entered in? 11:45, so within our time, which is perfect. Simple setup. And we go to the next London session, and here we are. We have finished the simulation, so we're going to go to the analytics. Let's see. So we made 7k on 100k account, 57% win rate. We took a total of 7 trades, 4 wins, 3 losses. See, we started off with a bit of drawdown, but then we sort of gradually grew it with an average risk reward of 2.5, which is perfect. Max 2.5, perfect. This is sort of our average ideal, is about 19, you know, RR, but I don't really look at this, and could have had break even 2 of them. So we could have saved 2 out of the 3 losses by going to break even. Maybe something we want to go and review. You see, we have 4 winners. Our best win was 2.5%, but it's basically the same. It's just because we were risking 1%, and obviously when the account was in drawdown, 1% is going to be less than, you know, 1% where you are above drawdown. But our average time was 2 hours, perfect, with a 4 win streak. So there we go. We had 3 losses, all about 1%, which is perfect. Average duration of 1.5, 1 hours, 51 minutes, which is fine. You can see we took 4 sells, 3 buys, and you can see with our win rate, our sells had 75%, our buys were 33%, so we're stronger at selling, and we did take more of them. And you can see our win rate was in London, because we only traded London. Looking at the time, you can see how I was saying about between 10 and 11 is sort of my best times, where we had sort of the most profit made between 10 and 11, and then we did have one slightly after, but nothing after that. You see, we avoided Monday. For Tuesday, we had an 100% win rate. Doesn't surprise me. Tuesdays are normally my best days. Wednesday, 50%. Thursday, we lost entirely. So over a year, we might want to look at that and see how we do. Maybe we eradicate trading Thursdays. Who knows? Friday, same again, 50%, which is fine. And you can see, so for the month of Feb, we made 4.5%. The month of March, we made 2.5%. That was that last trade on the 1st of March, because I did from the 1st of Feb to the 1st of March, which overall 7% in 2 months is pretty good. You know, my strategy is about slow and consistent growth, not trying to return 100% in a month. That's not how I trade, as a lot of you know. You can see that one trade on the 1st of March, and this was February. You can see in the first week we had one trade that lost. Second week, 3 trades, 2 losses, 1 win. Third week, we had 1 win and 1 trade, and then the week after 1 win, 1 trade. So you can see we really don't trade much in a month. You know, sort of looking at it, averaging maybe 1 to 2 a week max. So we're very disciplined with that, which is good to see. So I hope you found this video useful, very uncut, showing you an entire month of me backtesting and showing you how I trade and the kind of results you can expect with my trading style. If you did find this video useful, just let me know in the comments. If you want me to do more, I can do more months, I can do longer months, whatever. So just let me know in the comments if you like it. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.